Hockey Canada is being rocked over sexual assault cases. This is the Great White North Report. Alright, so Hockey Canada settled a court case involving sexual assault involving World Junior players from 2018. There were 7 members accused from that team with one lady. It was settled at a court, not for what she wanted, the $3.55 million, but somewhere slightly lower in that ballpark. We don't know. So the case was already settled. Nothing was going to happen. This was back in May 27th. The media picked this up, and then all of a sudden began to look deeper into what's going on. And they found out that Hockey Canada paid $8.9 million in sexual abuse cases since 1989, not including the one that just happened. Somewhere like 21 complaints since 1989. Now, that's probably a low number. That's only what they know about. There are probably thousands of sexual abuse cases. The Sheldon Kennedy was probably one of these 21 complainants, and that's already been settled. So now they're looking deeper into stuff. So members of Parliament are calling for the Hockey Canada CEO and the other top 2 people to resign. But currently he's refusing to resign. He will be forced to resign eventually. That's my understanding. The pressure is going to get so bad that he's going to have to resign. No doubt about it. So now they're even looking at members of 2003 World Junior team over an alleged video. This video is long gone. There's no way they're going to get it back. Because some kid, lent one of the junior hockey players on that team a video camera. And when he got it back, he found a video supposedly of 7 or 8 players having group sex with a girl on a pool table in a hotel. And she was supposedly non-responsive. Now, I don't know, I've stayed in hundreds of hotels because I used to work for a major hotel chain, and I've never seen a pool table at a hotel. It's one of those things that get damaged so easily. But then going back to this video, he gets the video. He was told, pressured by his hockey buddy, you better delete that video. Meanwhile, this guy had already showed 2 of his buddies this video. They probably jacked off to it a bunch of times and then deleted it. Like, are you kidding me? You're complicit too for not reporting it right away. But no, now he's talking about it 19 years later? Come on, there's no way that will hold in a court of law. The woman obviously didn't complain. Now, one of that guys on the team, Jordan Tutu, who was with the men's 2003 World Junior Hockey Team, he denied involvement in the alleged group sex assault. He actually wrote a book describing his experience there and said there was a lot of horny guys, and that after practice, guys were going home with sometimes 1 or more girls back to their hotel room. You got to remember there's such a thing as called puck bunnies. You talk to any player who played Junior B, Junior A, any semi-pro or major league hockey, and they will get puck bunnies. The higher up you go in the professional ranks, the more you'll get. In Canada, they're like rock stars. In basketball and football, they're called ballers. Women looking for that experience. In the world of music, they're called groupies. A lot of crazy shit will happen in that. So I'm not defending the actions of these guys, but I'm saying it just happens that there's women who throw themselves out there. Former player Jake Virtanen found not guilty in sexual assault trial. He got into a relationship with this girl. They met up in, I think, the Calgary Stampede. I'm not reading the whole thing here. They text messages, called each other. Suddenly she's in Vancouver during a photo shoot. They meet up, they go back to his hotel, and they have sex. She said it was sexual assault. He says no, it was pretty consensual. It's a he said, she said. The fact is, she went to the next Vancouver Canucks game. Nothing was said. That was in 2018. Nothing said until like 2021 when she mentions that she got assaulted. Then it becomes a court case. What happens? Vancouver releases this guy. He has to go to Russia to play. Screwed up his life and career. And she wasn't the most real. When it came to being most believable, it was him. He didn't think he did anything wrong. And he was found not guilty because this chick probably was pissed off that she didn't get it ended and that she was the left out, especially after he signed his last contract probably. So there are women like that. You have to be careful. So players who don't participate in Hockey Canada's sexual assault investigation will be banned, said one investigator. And this is the problem. A lot of players already think they're going to be prejudged by politicians. Because this is what politicians do. They lay blame on everyone but themselves. So they're already going to be judged guilty regardless of what they do. Like Victor McTay, He was on the 2018 junior team. He wasn't even at the event where this assault took place for the 2018 one. Other players said the same thing too. And this woman alleged she was sexually assaulted by 8 former Canadian hockey players at an event in London, Ontario. And nothing's known because it's settled out of court. This could ruin lives. And the fact that they didn't go to court means that they settled just so they don't have to go be dragged to the court. They'll get released. Now, this begs the question, whose fault is this for sexual assault? Because this happens in every sport. This happens in so many sports, the workplace, politics, the music industry. It happens everywhere. It's not just guys who cause these problems. It's also some women too. But mostly guys. So let's start off with the players. The players should know better not to do anything stupid. Logan Molloy. Logan Molloy was charged with distributing photo from sexual encounter when they placed him on a do not draft list for many teams. Montreal took him and took a lot of backlash for it. But he went back to Sweden, he took his lumps, he paid his fine, apologized, he screwed up. And he learned a valuable lesson. Players should look at him and see what could happen if you do stupid things. Social media makes it so easy to do these things. And it's so tempting when you have that much power. Hell, he was only 17 then. She was 18. So he was just a kid, which is probably the only thing that saved him from doing something else. He had to pay like $1,600, and that kept the matter out of court. So it cost him. He might have got drafted much earlier. These things will affect your life. Players should know better. But then again, it comes down to the parents. The parents should also teach their kids better. And the problem with hockey is if you're really good in hockey and you come from a small town, the only way to get noticed and to progress is to go elsewhere to a bigger hockey town and try and make it, like AAA. I met guys whose parents sent them to other cities to live with strangers. They had to go to school in other towns, and they had to play hockey in other towns, and they're away from their parents. They're away from that parental guidance. When I went to high school, Darren Pupa's brother was there, playing junior B. He was living with I don't know what they call it, a foster family, whatever it is, because I can't remember the term right now. And, there's like 3 or 4 players on that team that were from out of town or too far away. So they lived within the city and they went to high school. A friend of mine, he sent his son all the way to New Jersey to play hockey. That's a lot for a 17, 18-year-old kid to be away from their parents that long. Wayne Gretzky, he went away for hockey. Guy Lafleur did too. It happens, and not all the time does it work well for the kids. The kids miss important life lessons, as well as a sense of responsibility in that sense. And again, like I said, there's a lot of punk bunnies throwing themselves at these guys. So then it comes down to the girls. If it's a single girl, what is she doing in that situation with a bunch of guys with alcohol? Where's her friends? Girls should really understand, don't get yourself in that situation and don't lead guys on. Does it make it right? No. But again, be aware. Then it comes down to the coaches. The coaches should keep control of their players, know what they're doing, especially at special events, like the World Junior events. After practice, give these guys something to do. These guys have so much downtime after practice between games. They don't know what to do themselves. That's why they were having sex with puck bunnies. Be aware of what your players are doing. The organizers, they're another one. They should have things ready for the players to do in between. Hell, those guys in Nova Scotia, 2003, send them to Oakland and let them dig around. Find the money pit. That would have been a better use of their time than sitting around doing nothing. Curfews would have worked. Making sure they don't leave the floor. Hell, there's lots of cases with the NFL and the Super Bowl. How that works. One guy missed the Super Bowl because he propositioned a police officer for a blowjob. That cost him the Super Bowl, and he was So the blame lays all around. It's from top to bottom. It goes with the players, the parents, the coaches, the organizers, and the girls themselves. With child abuse, it's the same thing. It's the players. The players have got to speak out against the coaches. The parents have to believe their own kid. And then they have to investigate the coaches. The coaches should know better. People should know what's going on around them. Be a little more aware of your surroundings. And this stuff won't happen as much. Because I guarantee this is only the tip of the iceberg with any sport. basketball, baseball, hockey, football, any gymnastics. I know there was a lot of that going on. Swimming Canada's having problems. Any women's sports. And it's not just here in Canada, it's all over the world. Don't kid yourselves. Can we clean it up? Well, that remains to be seen. Like I said, Hockey Canada CEO will have to step down. It's already written on the wall. He's going to be forced to resign, even though he doesn't want to. He's going to be a scapegoat. And what's going to happen is that the top 3 positions in hockey, we're going to get a woman on top. It's now become a witch hunt. And we're going to get a Hockey Canada CEO that's a woman. I guarantee it. That's what's going to happen. But anyway, any Canadians out there, let me know what you guys think about all this. Leave your comments in the comment section. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until next time, this has been the Great White North Report.